I'm super excited. Come on, bring the noise up. Bring it up, bring it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the stage your host for tonight. It's Tori Griffiths.
Have we got any parents in tonight? Tall guy in the front, parent. How many kids have you got, mate? 2 kids. How old are they? 6 and 4. Well, mine are 5 and 8, so sucked in. My kids will bash the fuck out of your kids. Although you're pretty tall, so maybe... Listen, if your kids see my kids, there's no beef, all right? We're cool. Oh shit, having kids is weird. You guys might find this. I find one of the strange things that happens when you have kids is when you're out in public, other people's kids will come up to you and they just get way too comfortable. And they'll, like we were at the beach and kids just come up to you and approach you and they say strange shit. They'll come to you and be like, my dad's a plumber. My brother's really tall. I can't find my mum. It's like, fuck off. I had a really good moment to get rid of one of these kids. We were at the beach and all of a sudden this kid, he just wouldn't leave us alone. And then the shark siren went off. And he got a bit nervous and he turned to me and he goes, oh, what does that mean? And I was like, mate, that means the first one in the water gets a prize. Yeah, he's a statistic now. I found out something else wild the other day. Do you guys know that there are guys out there that will share porn with each other? Who said yes definitively then? Did I hear a definitive yes? Where was that? You're lucky that it's fucking, I can't see you because that was a definitive yes. But it's a weird thing to share porn with people, isn't it? To be like, this made my willy a bit hard. How about you? Like, I've never been mid-wank and thought, oh, Daryl will love this. Like, what do you just send him a pile of the dirty tissues and be like, beat that cunt? I made another crazy discovery too. Did you guys know in America now they've got 24/7 daycares? They've got 24/7 daycares. For those of you who want to do zero parenting all the time. Could you imagine dropping your kid off at daycare and then being like, when are you going to pick him up? Be like, when he's fucking 18. You can pay this shit off like a HEX debt. To me though, a 24/7 daycare, that just sounds like having a really expensive World Vision kid. And you know, actually, no, my parents actually, they just recently got a letter. They got a letter from one of their previous World Vision kids, and she's let them know that she's become a doctor, which is amazing and everything, but it now means my parents' World Vision kid is their most successful child. Yeah, $30 a month they got a doctor. What a bitch. I remember sometimes when I was younger, she'd send her report cards back, so we'd see her report card and like my parents would compare the two. Like hers would come to be straight A's and mine would just be cooked. But I remember once I got really, really jealous, so I put her photo in the fridge so she could see how much food we had. Jesus Christ. I've got a bit of a confession to make. I've been doing a little bit of stealing lately. But everyone does it. It's at the Woolies self-serve. Yeah, like you have no idea how many women leave their babies unattended. The Woolies self-serve, those are weird. Do you ever find yourself thanking that person who did fuck all for you on the way out? It's like, thanks so much for watching me struggle, you bitch. The Woolies self-serve, I had a moment at the checkout the other day. I realised now that I've reached the age where me buying condoms makes the checkout chick uncomfortable. That's a weird, and there's no way to reassure him. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to come into them. Or you can't be like, nah, keep the box, I'll wear them out of the shop. The other day, my missus, she sent me off to go buy a pumpkin. And as I was walking out the door, she goes, oh, could you also grab some condoms? And I was like, yeah, but those are two weird things to buy together. And as soon as I put them on the counter, I looked at the chick and I was like, she thinks I'm going to fuck this pumpkin. But because of the condom, she thinks I want to eat it afterwards. And like, you can't even split that up into 2 transactions, because if you buy the condoms first, it looks like you're walking back in like, I forgot to buy a pumpkin to fuck. And if you buy the pumpkin first, it looks like you're walking back in like, you know what, I do want to fuck this pumpkin. Yeah, coming in a pumpkin's called butternutting. Oh, shit. I might share something about me and my missus. I love my missus. I love having showers with my missus. But not for the reason you think. Not because it nearly always leads to sex, but because if I get the temperature just right, she can't tell that I'm pissing on her. I wouldn't clap for that, but all right. Oh shit! I did something pretty brave recently. I think with my kids, we went and stayed down south at a caravan park. And it may not sound like a brave thing for you guys, but it's because I had this weird moment. I was sitting there, and I thought, why do I feel safe here? Because like sometimes at home, when I put the bins out at night, I run back into my house. But in a caravan park, I'll walk to the toilets at 2 a.m. No dramas. The only thing I'm worried about is getting an athlete's foot when I get there. The hardest thing though about taking kids with you to a caravan park is you've got to take them with you everywhere. And I've got a 5-year-old boy, older than one of your kids. Weird time to... Anyway, but my 5-year-old speaks at max volume and has no filter. And I had a moment with him where he really got me good. I took him into the toilet, and he's sitting on the toilet, and a guy comes into the cubicle next to us and starts unwrapping a toilet paper. It's like a very obvious sound, but my boy turns to me and goes, "Dad, is he eating chips in there?" To which I heard the guy stop unwrapping just long enough for my boy to go, "'Cause it doesn't smell like chips." He got me again though. We had another moment. I took him in and we're having a shower. And halfway through a shower, he turns to me and goes, "Dad, your willy's near my mouth." I felt like I had to plead my case. I was like, "No, it's not. We're facing opposite directions." He's like, "Can I put my hand in your bum?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Why is there a pumpkin in here?" I'm like, "Oh, Jesus." Oh, I feel like you guys are up and about and ready for it. Are we ready for this first act? Are we fucking ready for this first act? Bring it up for Dalin Oliver.
I'm from South Africa. Anyone else from South Africa over here? Here we go. Where are you from in South Africa? Madisburg. Oh my word. The people at home could feel the stress. Welcome though, man. They love our accent, bro. What's your name? Chris, they love our accent. Yeah, who loves the South African accent? Yeah. People in Perth have been telling me that South Africans have the sexiest accent. Is that true? Because each time I speak, people have just been repeating what I'm saying. I'm like, "I'm from Cape Town." They're like, "Cape Town." I'm like, "My name's Dalin." They're like, "Dalin." I'm like, "Okay, cool. If you think my accent's sexy, then you, along with Chris, must be wondering, he does look familiar. Yeah, he looks a bit like the guy from The Fast and the Furious. Yeah." Even this guy who wasn't laughing, he's like, "Yeah, right on, mate. Yeah, you do look a bit like Vin Diesel. I can see it. But like the Vin Diesel who took the vaccine, that's who I am. Yeah, I'm the side effects of the vaccine. Yeah. That's who I am. The Vin Diesel, the malnourished one. Yep. The one you ordered on Wish. That's who I am. Yep. Reach for the Dream Africa. Vin Diesel is here. Thank you, Australia. It's wild. As I get older, I realize I just start looking like bald men against my will. Like put some hair on me and I look like Howard Wolowitz from Big Bang Theory. I don't know if I'm the only one that sees it. But the more I look at you like, yes, definitely, where is Sheldon Cooper? I don't know, but here's Howard. Even for the parents, where's the parents? Make some noise. I know Tori asked parents, where you at? Yeah? There we go. Chris is a parent with his wife over here. You will definitely recognize me. I look like Gru from Despicable Me. Like you could hire me for your kids' party, definitely, right? For the old school generation, right, said Fred, I'm too sexy for my shirt. There's so much happening here. And even when coming to Australia, they were like, be aware of border control. They're fairly strict. They ask lots of questions. Don't bring in any illegal substances. I'm like, guys, I am too paranoid for illegal substances. I panic when they ask me if I'm paying with cash or card. I stress, right? So then they said, don't take in drugs. I'm like, I could never do drugs, even though I look like I do drugs because I have a lazy eye. Those who have a lazy eye know how I feel. Each time we take a photo, one eye would be in Perth and the other one in Melbourne. We can't help for that. We can't help for the other eye that is not present in this relationship. We can't help for that eye. Okay? So then what happens is the youth. Where's the youth? 27 and under. Are you here? The younger kids, are you here? Yeah? Here we are. You judgy little TikTok generation kids, yeah? Because they look at us and they judge us. They look at me like, ooh, this uncle smokes weed. He definitely does. They like look at me and say, what do you have? I'm like, I've got sinus problems. That's what I have. I've got Claritin and Zyrtec. That's what I can give you, okay? And for the 30 plus, I got magnesium tablets. That's what we have. Don't look at me like you don't take magnesium tablets. I know some of you double dose today because you're going out till after 8, right? But I know there's so much happening here. Like, I can't do drugs. You don't understand how paranoid I am. When I leave my apartment, I have to check the stove. Who else does that? My biggest fear is burning down the apartment block. You do that. Every time. I'll be 5 meters away. I walk back. I check the stove. I say, yes, no one's going to burn down, and walk away. Now imagine I did drugs. What's your name, mate? Madison. What a beautiful woman's name. Right, so Madison. What happens, Madison, right? Every time I leave, I like, imagine I did drugs. Imagine I did drugs. Let's go cocaine. Confidence and a bit of stress. Walked into the club, looked at the bouncer. I wouldn't know what to do with all this anxiety. I just look at the bouncer and go, did you put off the stove? I don't know if I put off the stove, mate. Did you put off your stove? And I could never do cocaine. Have you seen my nose? Oh my word, no. If I did cocaine, it would be a sport, guys. It would be, I got a confident nose, sir. It's not big, it's confident. Chris, when it meets you, it introduces itself, right? Imagine I did cocaine. The line would be on the floor. I would just stand here and go, God, I win! I'm an Olympic gold medalist. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you so much. I'm Dalin Oliver.
Bring the noise up. Bring it up for Tyronne King.
My dad, he hates my jokes, but he's a good dad. He used to work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week for years to pay for my education. And I did it, guys. I did it. I am forklift certified. He didn't like it when I took a gap year in between a 3-day course. But I got it done, guys. I got it done. Anyway, I remember when I first got my forklift ticket, right? Me and my mate went to a nightclub, but I forgot my driver's license, but I had my forklift license. And I'm trying to get in, and the bouncer's like, sorry, mate, I can't let you in. But there is a truck out the back that needs unloading. Anyway, my mate laughed at me, and he went in without me. That night, he met the girl of his dreams. And later they got married. And 10 years later, he's a divorced dad, and I still got my forklift ticket. So fuck that guy. I'm shit at dating, guys. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I look like Tiger Woods has let himself go. Like, I'm shit at flirting as well. Like, when you flirt, for most people when they flirt, it leads to sex. But for me, it just leads to the HR department. Like, eye contact. Eye contact's a big part of flirting. I never knew that, right? Like, what you're supposed to do when you walk into a room, you find someone attractive, you're supposed to lock eyes for 2 seconds and then look away. I never got that memo. For me, it was about 1:30. And then it just turned into some weird fucking staring competition. Someone here heard of fuck eyes? Anyone heard of fuck eyes? Fuck eyes is when you're trying to send the message that you want to be intimate with someone through eye contact. I remember I was at a nightclub once and my mate was like, hey man, that chick's giving you fuck eyes. Why don't you go chat to her? And I was like, maybe I will. So I went to go talk to her, and straight away I was like, oh, your 10 ping is deep. You're not giving me fuck eyes. Your eyes are just fucked. Another time, I went to this party, right, specifically to pick up. And on the drive home from the party, I got like a really sad hand job. And from that day on, I told myself, the next time I get a hand job while driving, I'm gonna make sure I'm not alone. I'm just getting banned from too many drive-thrus.
Bring it up for the man, Greg Sullivan.
very old and fat. If you're looking at me going, you're not that old and fat, A, thank you, and B, you are also old and fat. I used to be much fatter. I used to weigh 180 kilos. Yeah, you're going, fuck, that's a lot, yeah. And I saw a lot of fat people dying of COVID, so I thought, well, we better sort that out. So I am 70 kilos lighter than I was 2 years ago. Yeah. I just cut one thing out of my diet, enjoyment. It's a very simple program. I look at food, I think, will I enjoy that? And if the answer's yes, I don't fucking eat it. And if the answer's no, I have as much as I want. I'm weird around all the words around, being fat and weight loss and stuff. I've got a friend who won't let me say I'm fat. Every time I say I'm fat, she goes, you're not fat, you're cuddly, you're cuddly. Even when I was 180 kilos. You're cuddly. According to the doctor, I was morbidly cuddly. That's what they would have written on the certificate. He got too huggable. But I don't like to say that I've lost weight because I feel like I haven't lost anything. In fact, if anything, I've gained so much. Skin, mostly. I'm starting to look okay in a good shirt, but shirt off, it is fucking grim. Look like a fucking melted candle. I got a mate who's dropped a lot of weight. I saw him, I said, you're looking good. He said, yeah, I got to go for the surgery. And I went, what surgery? And he said, the skin removal surgery. Yeah, ooh. I don't want to remove skin from anything unless it's KFC so I can eat it at the end. Does anyone else do that? Take the skin off and then eat? Oh, good, you do it. I'm glad I'm not the only one with an eating disorder. He said, wait till you find out what this skin removal surgery is called. I said, what is it? And he said, it's called an apronectomy. Yeah, I'm going to have an apron. Woohoo! There's my penis. Check out my cock and balls behind my horrible skin apron. I'm currently 110 kilos. According to science, I should be 80 kilos. I'm not going to get the surgery. I'm going to get to 80, keep going, see if I can get to 70 and maybe even 65, and see if I can glide. See if I can just waft from rooftop to rooftop. Maybe that's what a sugar glider is, just a wombat that got on the keto. I'm a pretty happy person. I used to not be. I was talking to my psychiatrist and he said, Greg, your internal monologue's very negative. He said, how about as an exercise? And I panicked and he said, no, mental exercise. He said, how about you try treating yourself the way that you would treat your best friend? And I thought, fuck, how am I going to borrow money off myself? But then luckily the superannuation scheme came in and I was able to borrow 20 grand off hypothetical old Greg. So that was great. Any questions?
Good.
Hey? Thank you. That was a statement. Unless, of course, if you had ended with an uplift, you're doing good. But thank you. I come from Queensland, but I lived for a long time in Byron. Oh, yeah, excited. Yeah. I lived for a long time in Byron Bay. Give us a cheer if you know Byron Bay. Yeah. I first went, I love the Northern Rivers of New South Wales, very hippie area. I first went there to Nimbin. Give us a cheer if you've heard of Nimbin. Yeah. Nimbin's a very hippie town. I went there years ago for the Nimbin Mardi Gras. It's like the Sydney Mardi Gras, but a lot fucking slower. It's a cannabis law reform rally they have every year, and I didn't go there to buy drugs. I went there to perform and be given drugs for free. And the year that I went there, the police took a sniffer dog to Nimbin during the fucking Mardi Gras. Dog had to retire. It started out following people, ended up thinking people were following it. It was the first dog in history to catch its own tail.
Bring it up for the man, Nick Kappa!
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good? Yo, what's up? I just got married. Hell yeah. Yeah. Anyone here single? Anyone here single? Yeah. Sucked in. You suck. You fucking lonely moron. You suck. Sucked in. How good is it being in a relationship, huh? Yeah, are you guys brother and sister? No. You looked at me like we are not in a relationship. That's my brother. No, you guys are in a relationship. How good is it? Gonna get a cheer if you're in a relationship. This is what you're fucking missing out on, right? How good is it? How good is it when you're this is what my partner does when I pull out the remote to lock the car. She tells me, she goes, make sure you lock the car. That is so handy. Because I could be locking anything. I could be locking my hat inside of the car. I could be locking someone else's car, right? Lucky she's there to tell me. That's what you're missing out on. Sucked in, you fucking moron. Sucked in. Tell you what you're also missing out on. There's one of these in every relationship. When I'm in the car and I'm driving, when the light turns green, my partner says, go. That's not annoying at all. I was going to reverse. Sucked in, you fucking moron. Sucked in, you lonely piece of shit. That's what you are missing out. No, it's pretty good. She's fine. She's great, right? She's very smart. She's very intelligent. She works for a big computing company in HR. Very, very intelligent woman. But I always know that she is dumber than me for one reason. And that is that she married a man, right? Men suck. We are fucking morons. Why would you not? Who here is with a man? Yeah, you absolute morons, right? You could be here with a woman, right? I watch that dating show, The Ultimatum, and it's where they have couples and they're not happy with their relationships. So they go in a room with a bunch of other couples, then they all hang out and they still see if they want each other, right? I watched the lesbian version of that, the Ultimatum one, and then all of the lesbian women just go for the lesbian woman with the biggest tits, right? And I'm here thinking that lesbians are the higher species. They're like, you guys made the right decision. Men suck. But turns out just everyone in the world just want big tits, right? They either want to get big tits or they want the tits. Anyway, this is new stuff. I'm going to walk in front of a bus after this. Not a fast-moving bus, just fast enough to get compo. That's if you call this work. I'm not even trying. I didn't even write that down. Achoo. Sorry, I'm allergic to big laughs. No, guys, how crazy are parents, huh? I was walking through the forest with my father, and we saw a killer whale dry humping a tree. It was quite awkward. No, actually it was quite crilling. Fuck. I don't know whether to handle that one or not. What do we got here? Oh no, there's a list of stuff not to do. Yeah. I've been reading off the wrong hand.
Keep those claps going, keep them up for Chris Ryan.
I'm openly grey, that's what's going on up here. My stylist is a chemical weapons expert. She's bringing the grey in under light cover so no one can attack it till it's fully in position. To be honest, by now I thought I'd be a bit more Helen Mirren. A bit less Patrick Swayze, Point Break, whatever, I don't know. My mum says my new haircut is edgy, that is her word for lesbian. And I'm not a lesbian, but I'm a huge fan of their work, obviously. Why wouldn't you be? I don't understand why conservative people are so uptight about gay culture. Anyone increasing the number of female orgasms on the planet is doing God's work. I have reached an age where people just sort of look at my face and go, "She cranky about something specific." It's just that I've got a low tolerance for dickheads, and they're everywhere. Like, if you look to your left and to your right, good chance one of them, if they look all right, it's probably you. It's just maths, guys. I can't tolerate them anymore. One cornered me at a party and she just went, "Oh yes, we got Sally into the French-speaking school, so she's fluent in French now. You know, she's only 8, but she wants to work at the UN and we're just that proud of her." I just went, "Oh, sorry, Janine. I just don't give a fuck about any of that. If you'll excuse my French." I hate dress-ups. Boring people fucking love a dress-up party, don't they? Nothing turns them on like a boundary. Give me a rule so I can break loose, you know? Like, if you think clothing is going to make you more interesting, I don't think you know how personalities work. You dressed as Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction makes me want to try heroin. I can't recognise birdsong, but I can tell people from the way they walk. So blokes who walk like this, they're called Tristan and they work in IT. And they're going home to recreate historic battles with miniature figurines. I think nerds are the happiest people. I can see them when they're walking along, they're just going, "When I get home, I'm going to smote the traitors of Noggeroth, neck a Milo and have a wank." Good on them. Good on them. It's been a tough couple of years, hasn't it? If there's one thing I've learned, it's that I'm not resilient. If a pistachio takes more than 2 seconds to open, I'll abandon it. Fuck it, too hard. No one has to work that hard anymore, do they? I've been looking for a silver lining since the pandemic. I think I found one. Our public spaces are no longer filled with charity muggers. You know, those cats, you lock eyes with them and you've signed up to World Vision. I'm sick to death of charity muggers because I'm already giving $30 a week. Have been for months to Fitness First. And you might say that's not a charity. Fact is, I'm giving, get nothing out of it. Never set foot in a place. I like to stay off the equipment, give others their chance to shine. Next time you see a hot 23-year-old called Chad, that's my sponsor child. You're welcome. Like to keep photos of him on the fridge. Bit blurry, taken from far away. He doesn't know it. Kids think it's a bit weird. I'm like, don't be like that, kids. That's Chad. He's your sponsor, brother. Look how buff he's looking. Mum did that. Thanks heaps.